Hey guys, Derek here. Just going to talk a little bit tonight about, well, first of all, I want to talk about masks. I hear everybody's talking about them coming back. Maybe not. I don't know. But I will tell you this. Last time I didn't wear them, or I did wear them actually when I went into, when I had to go into Walmart or Canadian Tire or whatever else. I wore it because I didn't want to argue with the 70-year-old man at the front door. But this time, I'm telling you, I'm going to argue with him, I think, because I've had enough of this. They don't work. It's been proven over the last 2 years. They do nothing. And wearing a face diaper just makes you look stupid. And to be honest, I think it's the next step to, or it's the same as carrying papers around and having to show Gestapo your friggin' papers all the time. It's ridiculous. So I'm not going to be wearing a mask because it's the stupidest thing. You just look ridiculous, and it's a sign to say, hey, I'm going along with everything the media tells me. Well, I seen a good study by a guy I follow on Instagram, Paul Minder. I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's Paul Minder 1990. Because his first one got banned, of course. But he did a study. He's got a few followers, lots. He did a study, 1,780 something people, and it was 95% said no, they're not going to wear the mask again. And I can tell you, I signed for that. But I forget which mainstream media did the same kind of poll and came up with 1,000 people, 1,080 or something to poll, and they came up with I don't even know what their percentage was, but it was like 60 or something like that. Said they were okay with wearing them again. I'm not. This time, like, I don't care how much they want to segregate my kid and put him in the corner. He already knows that they don't do anything, and if you're sick, maybe you should wear one. But other than that, like, so you don't cough and stuff on people, but you should have done that with a cold, I guess, anyway. It doesn't take COVID-19 to make you wear a mask, I don't think. That kind of made sense to me. If you're spewing whatever all over the place and you don't want to get your coworker sick, whatever, obviously don't go. But yeah, I never thought of it as much before. Now, it is a little bit prevalent, but I'm still not going to wear a mask being fucking that I don't have any symptoms. I'm not sick. I'm not wearing a mask walking around when they do nothing. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't, like, I've been working in Toronto, and you see, like, groups and groups. Like, some places you go, there's none. Other places you go, and every single person is wearing one. And it's so ridiculous. I don't understand how they think that they're doing anything. If you're not sick and you're not coughing at anything, what is this mask doing? It's not stopping anything from coming in. Like, I work construction and do drywall, and even those dust particles get through the N94 or N95, whatever it is. If you're wearing one of those little nurse masks, you know damn right it ain't doing nothing. You're just looking stupid. That's all you're doing. So I don't get why. Hey, if anybody can comment and tell me if my mic is actually working, or do I just sound stupid? Alright, so I guess it is working. Thank you. Anyway, yeah. So Paul Minder did a wicked study there, or poll, or whatever. 95% people saying no way. And I'm not doing it either. I'm going to sign my kid out of school or take him out of school if I have to, but I'm not having them wear masks walking around in school, doing gym, chewing on the thing, whatever chemicals are inside those things. I've seen all kinds of crap that I don't know if it's real. I ain't a scientist, but they're saying all kinds of chemicals in these masks, and if my kid's chewing holes through them every day, then there's obviously something wrong with that. And not to mention, if he's chewing holes through it, what's it really doing? Really? Like, if he's snotting all over the place and coughing and everything, I'm gonna keep him home from school. I'm not gonna send him. It's as simple as that. And he's not taking another test. The last time, I took him to get one test out of this whole time, and it was right in the beginning. The doctor shoved the damn thing up his friggin' nose. Now he's terrified of going to the doctor every time he asks me, no, not in the nose, right? Not in the nose, please. I gotta tell them, I'm not doing that again, buddy. We're not doing that. So now, every time they ask for it, we just tell them, yeah, I've done one at home. We've done one at home. Like, I don't understand. And I don't know. I was at Service Ontario on Monday, and I look across. I don't know if you guys in Oshawa, if at the Midtown Mall, you look across, and there's Service Canada. Service Ontario, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't stay 6 feet. There's nothing like that. You look across the hall at Service Canada, you have to wear a mask. They got 2 security guards out front, ropes and everything, so you can't just like walk around them. They make you put on a mask. They give you a mask. They got the whole sanitizer thing set up. It looks like it's the first 3 weeks into this COVID thing. I don't understand. And then after all the stupidity and follow the science, like the science literally just meant follow the rules we give you, or or there'll be consequences. You can't shop here, this and that. Meanwhile, the rules that they're telling us is you literally can't buy children's clothes, can't buy board games, can't buy puzzles. Can't take them to Flying Squirrel to jump around on the trampoline and be healthy. That it was absolutely ridiculous. And they want to just take it back to that. I'm not gonna be one wearing a mask anyway. I will fight with the 70-year-old man out front of Walmart this time. I'm not gonna fucking give into this nonsense. It was stupid the first time, and I went along with it because simply I don't want to fight with the guy at the front of Walmart or Canadian Tire or wherever. But this time, if you're gonna tell me that I have to put it on at the same time that you're blocking off kids' clothes and blocking off this and that, and the junk food aisles wide open, you can go buy beer, no problem, at Walmart, buy beer, buy junk food, but you couldn't buy kids' clothes and couldn't get puzzles, couldn't get, the things that made no sense at all to stop, you couldn't do. And, blocking off kids' parks. I almost got in a couple fights at the park, because if I want to take my kid to the park and he wants to slide down the slide, he's going to slide down the slide. Now, if you're too scared, stay away from the park. It's pretty simple. Like, I'm not understanding that. Been watching a little bit of the inquiry, and that's it. That's pretty crazy. I haven't heard one person who actually has any authority at all, like meaning intelligence authority or any intelligence at all. Actually, none of them even or have even alluded to the fact that they might have needed the Emergency Act to freaking get this through. Yeah, I don't understand that. That's not, and the whole thing is whether or not they needed it, right? Like, they had plans. They took out Windsor in a couple days. That seemed pretty easy. They had plans to do this. They keep throwing Sully under the bus, saying how bad of a chief he was and this and that. Like, that I don't understand either. Everybody's just throwing everybody under the bus. And some people are just making no sense. They're not allowing questions to be answered. So I don't know. And then at the end of it, what are they gonna do? There is, if they even prove that, say they didn't need it one speck, but they, at the end of this, if they prove they didn't need it, all they're gonna say is they're gonna give recommendations on what should happen. Now, Justin Trudeau, as we know he is, he's just literally gonna take that and throw it right in the garbage. Like, the recommendations aren't really nothing if you don't have any way to any way to enforce anything. This literally all it does is say whether or not he needed it, and if Thanks a lot. Oh, Sarah Burton, holy. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's really going to do much. We're going to prove that they didn't need it to shut it down, and that it was a peaceful protest. We tried many times at the provincial level. They keep talking about that, how, we should have went to Doug Ford this and Doug Ford that. Yeah, we went to Toronto. There was many marches in Toronto. There was marches all across Ontario, Canada, everywhere, all the time. I went to a couple of them before the convoy, and they did absolutely nothing. Nobody listened at all. So the whole point of the convoy was to get these people to listen. Like, it was 2 years, and we'd had enough. We needed somebody to listen. If we needed to go to the federal level, then that's what they did, and I'll support that till whenever. I don't, who cares? I'll always support that. I had the funnest time ever at that. It was the peacefulest thing I've ever done, and I've never protested anything. And I never even dream of go protesting nothing before this. But when all these mandates, and after, well, I was done after the first 4 months, but after the next year and a half, or whatever it was, I don't know, like 18 months, 16 months, whatever the hell it was, it makes no difference at all. After that, I was ready to do anything to get rid of this. If it means marching down some streets and holding a flag, well, I've held flags forever. I don't know if you know me or not. I have 2 tattoos of them, and I've had them since I was 17. Like, I have maple leafs on everything, way before the convoy. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, I'm the biggest patriot ever, but I love the maple leaf. This is my home. Like, I was born, raised, and probably will never leave Canada. I love this place. This country is my country. I am the most, I don't know, people talk about their heritage, and I would say, like, my grandparents and stuff came from Scotland and England, but I have neither been to Scotland nor England and know nothing about them other than what you can see on YouTube. So I would not consider myself Scottish nor English, but I am Canadian, 100%. And the way Canada is being ran into the ground right now, and half of the people just going along with it and loving it, I cannot understand this, how they don't see what's going on. Like Brazil right now, you can't even talk about their elections 25 years, I hear. That's nuts. It is so crazy. I don't know who you guys are watching. I guess I'm going to promote a few people. I've been watching the war campaign for the Inquiry. He's awesome. If you don't know who he is, Roe and Pan. They were all through Ottawa, did lots of stuff, lots of convoys and stuff too. They were big supporters. Well, I wouldn't even say big supporters. They just heard about what was happening, went down, see for themselves, and realized what it was. And now they don't understand how the mainstream media was playing them. Because they were comic book guys. Awesome live feeds though. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have heard of them by now. Awesome live feeds. War campaign on YouTube. They do live of the Inquiry all day. They've been doing it right from the beginning. Rob Primo on Instagram. He's got some awesome stuff. True North. Everybody knows Viva Frey. That guy's awesome. But I don't know what else I want to talk about here. The masks are really what's pissing me off, because I just don't want to wear it. If you're sick, I understand how they could push you to wear it. If you need to go outside and be coughing around a bunch of people, I can understand it, maybe. Other than that, if you're not sick, you're not showing anything, never mind the fact that this thing is just a cold to begin with, for most people, alright? Some people got some underlying issues, and if they get this, well, they're having a bad time with it. But then what about all the other people who get the stick and then all of a sudden they're dropping out of nowhere, like the dude in the Inquiry? If you look up war campaign, you see one of the lawyers or something just dropped the other day. He's not dead. He was conscious, I think, before he even left the courtroom, and hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully everybody will be okay. It's ridiculous. I would want no harm upon anybody who made a medical decision. And if you're going to ask, and if somebody does drop and you say, hey, did they get this, did they get it? And they say, oh, that's none of your business. Well, it was your business when you were asking me if I was or wasn't before. So Now it's our business to know, who's dropping dead. That's a pretty big public knowledge. It should be anyway. I don't understand why it isn't, but and why they're hiding it. Follow the science just means shut up and go along with whatever the hell we tell you. Because if it's follow the science, science literally means you got to be tried and experimented, and more people coming around and more people that know about the thing experiment on it and tell you whether you're right or wrong. And that's literally science. So if you want to follow the science, follow the doctors that are still saying they're unconclusive, or, the studies need to be made. Those doctors, the ones that have been shut up this whole time and cast out and made to sound like they're conspiracy theorists, when really they're not making money from this. So what do they have to gain? That's what I don't understand. What do you, just fame of being called a conspiracy theorist? I don't get it. And how is it that their side can just call us whatever the hell they want? I seen Cupid or something went into, they walked right into the building that they were having negotiations in. I had to comment on that. Carrie May, the Mr. Freedom, he likes to bug her. The Carrie May, I commented on her thing. I like, if that was one of our freedom protests, walked into a single building, that'd be the it for that whole crowd. Not to mention, we never even thought of that the whole time. That was never even a thought. This was a peaceful protest, and that one supports everything that they're doing in Toronto. All these crazy marches that comes down, does the freedom ones and makes fun of us the whole time, and then she'll go across town to another convoy or another march for something else and support them like it's nothing, and be like talking about freedoms and how charter of rights and this and that. And I'm like, I can't understand this. Yeah. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Things around here are pretty calm. Nobody really bugs me, and whatever. I get honks every day. My house is full of flags. People drive by and honk every day. But yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and just do another one, I guess, and talk a bit more. But yeah, I don't understand the masks. Masks are bugging me. Like, if there was something to tell me that they actually worked or they did something, then I'd understand. But other than stopping the actual loogie coming out of your mouth, they're not really doing too much, I don't think. And that's, I'm pretty sure, been proven a million times over by now. I don't even need to say it, other than the fact that it's just ridiculous. People want to talk about wearing them again. I don't know how it is in the UK, but oh, nice. Yeah, Sarah, I don't know. This is literally like my third live, so I don't know if we want to... if you wanted to do that, we could definitely talk and set that up. I don't know how it is in the UK. Yeah. No, we definitely have tough times ahead, man, and I can't believe the schools. Like, the schools around here are just getting absolutely ridiculous. My kid had nightmares for a week about talking about going to, what is it, residential schools and that. Like, I don't know what they're teaching them, but not only is my kid's 6 years old and doesn't need to be hearing about how he's a colonist, but yeah, he's 6 years old, doesn't need to be hearing about how he's a colonist. Like, because not only does he not even have a clue what the hell that is, my grandparents weren't even around when that happened. Never mind it. Mine were still in England, actually. But never mind, like, in my perspective, if you were born here, not to mention, yeah, my kid's half Ukrainian. If we wanted to go friggin' yell about that, then they'd shut their mouth real quick about how my kid's a colonist, right? Like I know we look pretty white here, but him, my wife is whatever. I guess he's a quarter Ukrainian or whatever, but just the fact that they're all supporting Ukraine, I could be like, yeah, you're yelling at a Ukrainian, being a colonist. Just to fuck with them, but I wouldn't even bring it up, to be honest, because that's just silly. Yeah, the schools, you keep hearing every day about how now they want to teach them there's 4 genders. I don't even know what the other 2 are that they're talking about. I literally don't. I asked my son, I'm like, yeah, have you seen any of these other 3? These other 2? He said, no. I said, all right, well, let me know when you see them. Treat them as if they want to be treated, I guess, and that's all there is to that. I don't know why all these drag queens want to be going to schools lately. Like, it is weird that these people want to be near the kids so much. Like, any other group of fucking fully grown men want to hang out with kids or women, whatever, who have nothing to do with them other than they just want to hang out and read to them. That's a little weird to begin with. Never mind what they want to dress like, and then I've been seeing videos of somewhere all around Canada, them talking about teaching kids to just walk up and teaching them how to tip money like it was a strip club or something, and I don't know. I call that. Yeah, I don't know. That stuff is just crazy, and all the time my kids coming home telling me I gotta wash my hands 100 times a day. Like they must make him wash all the time every time they move or something, because he's always telling me about how his hands are dirty. I gotta go wash my hands. I gotta go wash my hands. I'm like, buddy, you have good germs and bad germs. I'm like, if you wash your hands too much, you get rid of all the good germs that actually keep the viruses away from you, build your immune system. I'm like, my kid drinks out of the lake, never gets sick. Never. I don't let him, don't get me wrong. I tell him every time I catch him to stop doing that, He keeps drinking out of the lake. Like, that kid's immune system is strong as heck. You tell me he needs something so that this cold doesn't get to him. It's ridiculous. Like, if it was actually hurting him like the flu does, Yeah. Who is calling us? No, I don't understand. They tell my kid he was a colonist because he came home telling me he was a colonist. And I'm like, buddy, whose land did you take? I'm like, I understand bad things happened in history. And if you go back even further than that, bad things happened to those people, and those people took land from those people. Like, it happened everywhere across the land, and I'm not saying that any of it was right. None of it was. And knowing what I know now, of course, none of us would do any of that. It's ridiculous. But you can't take back something that happened generations ago. Now, of course we can try to make amends, but how do you do that exactly? I'm not the one to think of that. But I know that my kid doesn't need to be getting blamed for it. That I do know. No, the colonist thing I don't understand. I was born 5 minutes from here, like just up the street at Lake Ridge in Oshawa, and I haven't left. So to tell me I'm not native of Canada is kind of weird. So what am I then? If I'm not, like, I don't want no I'm not asking for no taxes off or a native status card, nothing like that. I'm not asking for anything extra. Trust me, I wouldn't dream of that. All I'm saying is that I'm native to this land. I was born, raised, and probably will never leave Canada. So to tell me that I'm not, whatever. Like what's the definitions of these words if I'm not, and my kid's not? I don't know. So that's my little rant for tonight, anyway. Sarah, I would come on live with you and chat with you. I don't really know. I haven't done too much of these, I'll be honest. So if you've done a few, you can help me out a bit. But I'd try it out if you want to do it tomorrow. What time is it there? It's like 10:30 here. Yeah, we're all just people that want freedom for sure. Ooh, 3:30 a.m. Burning the night oil. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll chat online for sure. Send me a message if you want. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up anyway. Go check out on Instagram, Paul Minder, if you're in Canada anyway. He's big supporter. I get a lot of information from that guy, Paul Minder. And War Campaign on YouTube. Rob Primo. And True North, obviously. I don't know, there's many others, obviously, but those are the big ones I like to get a lot of information from. And, as usual, Trudeau must go. And freedom! Have a good night, guys.